And here we have the collectible Barbie vehicle from the movie. There are so many nice details and features about this car that I'm really happy to share with you all. One of the main details about this car that really made me want to have it instantly is this gorgeous shade of pink. It's the exact same shade of pink that is used in the movie, and also the actress Margot Robbie, who plays Barbie, drives this exact same car model in the film when she is in Barbie Land. One thing that I think you guys might be interested in, it's an article that I read on autoweek.com. They do mention that the C1 Corvette that's actually used in the film isn't the full-size Corvette, and it was an interesting read to me. So if you guys are interested in that, you can just click the link in the description box below. This is a C1 Corvette. I believe it's the year 1957 or 1958. I'm not exactly sure. One of the details of this car that I really appreciate is that it has a steering wheel that controls the two front wheels of the car. So this is the wheel inside of the car. And if I turn the steering wheel, it controls my two front wheels. It is a manual car. It's not electric like the Hot Wheels racer that they had. I wasn't really interested in that car just because I wouldn't have a use for it. I'd much rather prefer something that's collectible that I can push around manually. Another detail about the wheels, aside from it being able to be controlled from the steering wheel, is the color. It's a nice shade of rose gold. At least it appears rose gold to me, but it's not as shimmery as you'd expect rose gold to be. And I really like that Mattel added this detail because the car is already so bright and stands out on its own that I don't think the car really needed wheels that were super shiny. I feel like it would have taken away from the beauty of the car already. So it's a nice shade of rose gold. It's a little rusty though. It can almost pass for like a brownish tan from a distance, but being that it's Barbie, it had to have just a tinge of pink on the wheels. The car also has this interior pink seating. It has 4 seats, so it can hold 4 Barbie dolls, and I'm pretty sure people are gonna try to use all of the movie dolls that came in this collection and try to fit them in the car, which is really nice. The car also features 2 car doors, and they both open. Now, it's a nice detail to have in the car, but here's what I didn't love about the doors on this car, is that when I try to open it, that loud clicking sound that you hear of the car door opening, it's not easy to get open. It's not something where I can just open with ease. Maybe it's just the model that I own, or perhaps if I were to use this more often, the more I open and close it, it would get a little bit looser so that it's easier for me to open. But I'll try to, see, it clicks back in pretty easily, but to get it open, it just doesn't open with ease. When I first opened it, it almost felt like I was going to break the car door. And I get the same issue on the other side too. It just, yeah, the car doors, they don't open with ease, but it's just a minor flaw that I noticed when I was assessing my item as well. And same with the 2 front doors. It is a little bit of a chore just to get that trunk open. It doesn't pop open so easily. But once it's open, you do have a nice trunk space. So this would be ideal if you have the dolls and you wanted to put in accessories like maybe Barbie's shoes or extra clothes. Some small, tiny Barbie handbags would fit perfectly back here. But for me, I just love the detail that the car actually has a functioning trunk. One of the other key details that I found on this car that I really appreciate is that wherever it says Chevrolet, the E and the V are highlighted in the color blue. And that's because it's an electric vehicle, the C1 Corvette. So you see it outside of the car here where it says Chevrolet. The E and the V are highlighted in blue. And when I turn the car to the front where it says Chevrolet, it's also highlighted in blue. The opposite side of the car and also the back of the car where the trunk is, you will see the E and the V highlighted in blue. I also want to share that The car doors do have some detailing on the insides as well. So when I have the car door open, we can see where Barbie would turn the lever to roll her window down, and the handle that she would use to open and close the door from the inside of the car, as if she were a real person driving this model car. But definitely Margot Robbie in the movie will be doing that. Another detail that I found, which is exact to the vehicle that is used in the movie, is the Barbie license plate. Her name in the signature Barbie pink color, and we also have the same thing for the license plate on the back. The front panel on the inside of the car actually has some nice detailing as well. I really just expected for Mattel to just slap a sticker on the inside front panels, but they actually have these nice cutout holes. And yes, there are some stickers in there, but if you can see that carefully, the attention to detail is really nice. I appreciate the effort that was put into that, because I just expected them to slap a sticker on there instead of actually having cut out holes for each circle and paying so much attention to the Chevy logo on the wheel. So that's a detail I really appreciate that I get to have on my collectible car. The front lights are actually just 2 stickers. They don't actually light up. And the same thing goes for the back lights as well. But even though the 2 front lights, they are stickered on there, over the sticker actually has a piece of glass or a piece of clear plastic. So it does make them look very realistic. The back lights having that orange detail in there, and then you have 2 little pink lights at the front. Though they don't light up, I still do think that the car looks realistic enough with them on, because being plastic, they do give off just a little bit of shine to the car. So I think it is beautiful for what it is. I think this car is a gorgeous collector's item. I'm proud that I get to have it in my possession because they sold out pretty quickly. I think Walmart did a restock of these online, but I remember when this car first came out on Mattel's website, I had purchased it for $75, and I think within 2 or 3 hours later, they were completely sold out. Okay, so I bought this vehicle for 2 reasons. One being that I never had a Barbie car as a kid. Just the memory of pushing around a little pink Barbie car as a kid, it was just not part of my childhood. But I did have relatives who owned them, and I'd go over to cousin's house, friends' houses, and they'd have them. Sometimes they'd let me play with them, sometimes not, but that's okay. No one actually knew that I wanted a Barbie car as a kid. It's like I secretly wanted one, but for some reason I just never asked for one. And then I had this idea recently. I thought maybe, I could purchase one of these Barbie vehicles, but I knew they'd be vintage, so the price tag on those cars actually tend to get higher. One of the vehicles that I was interested in having as a collector's item was the 1957 Chevy that Mattel came out with. I think in either 87 or 88. I wasn't even born when that car came out, but again, I had relatives older than me who had them, and it was the 1957 Chevy that came out in the 80s. It was just a gorgeous shade of turquoise blue, and the interior of the car was a nice shade of pink, and I saw that they did have a pink version to that car. But when I looked online, the price range was around $200 to $400 for that car in the box because it was a vintage item. So I decided to hold off on that, and I came across this one online, and I felt like, okay, I can have a Barbie car of the times because we are having the first ever live action Barbie movie. So second reason for me to want to purchase this vehicle was that I could have something new that's a collector's item. But instead of me to push the car around and really play with it in my spare time is not something I intend to do, because that's just something I don't do. Not judging anyone who does. People enjoy their personal possessions however they please, whether you're a child or an adult. You have the freedom to do that. But for me personally, to have this vehicle, it is almost like having a piece of my childhood that maybe I lost. And not complaining that I didn't get to have this car as a kid. I had a great childhood. It's just that it has a bit of something sentimental there for me. So what I intend to do with this car is I plan to repackage it in the original box that it came with as best as I can, and I'll probably keep it on a closet shelf for as long as I can. Years down the line, I would like to open this up again when I'm ready and share it with the next generation and tell them stories 20 years later. This Barbie movie came out. It was the first live action Barbie movie. It was this big thing. They had the dolls and the car and just share those memories with them. I think we all have memories from our past that are beneficial to the next generation. And you'd be surprised at how much they enjoy these things as much as we did. Because I know when the previous generation taught me and shared some old relics that they used to play with when I was younger, I certainly appreciated them. So I do think that having this car is going to be somewhat of a memory preserve. So when I put it away for some time, it will be nice to open it again and look back on those memories and share them. I wasn't expecting for the Barbie movie to use the C1 Corvette. I know that throughout the years that Barbie has been around, it was always the pink Corvette that was talked about when it came to Barbie vehicles, at least in my experience. I was actually expecting for them to use the 1968 Austin Healey, just because that was the first vehicle that Mattel came out with for Barbie. It was Barbie's first car. So for some reason, I don't know, I just kind of thought that the movie would use Barbie's first car. That's okay. I can definitely see why they use the Corvette. It's an iconic car and it's beautiful. That is all I have for you all today with my review of the pink Barbie Corvette from the Barbie movie. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please make your comments down below. Give a thumbs up to this video and please hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much again for watching.